Good evening, everyone. So if you have an A.O. Smith water heater and you want to do the anode rod replacement, it's a little tricky because most water heaters have a dedicated port for the anode rod. They would be like separate, so you would look around. It's usually not on the edge. It's usually going to be closer towards the center because it needs to actually go into the tank. On a lot of these models, the A.O. Smiths, the pressure temperature release valve is actually on top, and then where it normally is blocked off. So these style water heaters are actually going to be more like the Bradford White water heaters, where the anode rod is on the hot water outlet connected to the nipple. So this was made in 2005, so it's a little over 21 years old. And when I took it out, pretty sure that was the original. It was completely corroded. And the anode rod is super important for the longevity of the tank, because what it does is when the water goes in the water heater, it can oxidize the container or the tank itself. And if you remember in chemistry, when things oxidize, like when iron oxidizes, it turns into rust. And in chemistry class, there was a mnemonic called Leo goes grr. So when you get oxidized, that's when you lose electrons. So what the sacrificial anode rod does is that it is a source of electrons for the hot water that oxidizes the hot water that oxidizes things. So instead of oxidizing the tank, and taking electrons and corroding the tank, it will take electrons from the anode rod instead and degrade that metal until it's basically a powder. Kind of crazy. You can pick up a powered anode rod. So these are pretty cool. I actually put in a segmented anode rod. Those are like 30-40 bucks. This is about 180. And the good thing about the powered anode rod is that it's a source of electrons for the corrosive water, and it does that by providing electrons through electricity. So instead of water taking electrons from the sacrificial anode rod and corroding the metal, this hooks up to your AC power and through an AC adapter, and it provides a DC current that it is basically a source of electrons that goes into the water and neutralizes any of those reactions. So it lasts longer, but it is more expensive up front. So that's the downside to that. It's a pretty easy install. For the Bradford White one, it's a Y that goes into the hot water outlet, and the new hot water outlet is that curved part, and then the new anode rod goes into the tank and connects to the AC adapter. So yeah, you should check your anode rod. It's supposed to last about 3 to 5 years. So one trick I'm doing on this one is I just put the date that it was replaced on the water heater, as well as on the nipple for the next guy. Yeah, and that's today's chemistry lesson, and where to locate the anode rod on the A.O. Smith water heaters. Have a good night and good luck.